the amount of data. And so you have to think about what is the critical data, and then how do you get to that in a real-time fashion where it's actionable. Like, a lot of the data is trails in the sand, but you need to put activities in place that lead to the right sort of improvements in trails in the sand. One of the more effective programs that I'm putting a lot more personal time, energy, effort, and attention behind, in addition to Fund 2 Foundation, is Empower. And I'll tell you why. You know, we have in our society today in the U.S., we have embargoed groups of people, and in particular in certain urban settings, you know, Baltimore, Chicago, St. Louis, Ferguson, and some of those. These young African Americans don't feel like they have an opportunity to actually become part of the economy. You're like, wow, okay, so when you sit back and think about it now, we have done, I'll say, a disservice in eviscerating part of the manufacturing base, which created some of those on-ramps to employment in the cities for a whole bunch of reasons. And you can't go back on a lot of that, you know, and as one of the sheiks said, you know, the reason the Stone Age ended wasn't because we ran out of stones, right? What actually has happened is technology, a global economy, has actually led to efficiency factors finding the places where they are more efficient. How can you compete in a city of 1.2 million against a country that has 40 million people who want to produce at cheaper, lower cost, all this stuff? So that's never going to swing back. But the opportunity we have today is truly this fourth industrial revolution. I mean, as you all are experiencing, I just came off of a 36 meetings, 16 cities, 14-day tour.
Like literally just came
20
off.
minutes ago.
12 minutes ago.
Yeah, and it literally, every industry is undergoing a digitization. Every industrial executive team feels like their companies are under assault, okay? And let me give you some basic demographics as to why. If you're running a bank, an insurance company in Thailand or in Chicago, you're realizing that your customers are now moving to a different platform. They're moving into a different ecosystem to get the services or goods that you were once providing to them. It sounds familiar, right? And so you stand back and you say, what I need to do is hire some engineers and digitize my engagement model. I need to digitize how I'm going to manage payments or mortgage applications or credit card applications, whatever it might be. I'm going to digitize that. Talk to my human resources director, go find me 50 engineers or 500 engineers we're going to hire. Well, here's our problem. There are 8 billion people on the planet, 7 to 8 billion people on the planet. There's only 20 million of us who actually know how to program.